All right, I think I am live. So, welcome everyone. Today I am working on the final changes for a very exciting book. I will show you right now. Let me just hide this. Okay. Let me show you. I am working on Seven Legendary Monsters, which is a poetry collection. And it looks a little bit like this. So this is the beautiful cover artwork by a Paraguayan street artist called Oz Montania. And this is Seven Legendary Monsters by Clara Elena Garcia. So I'm super excited to be bringing this book through Revolutionaries. It's just about to come out next week. There's been some big delays in getting this out, and so we're running very, very tight to the deadline. Like, it's not normally like this when we're doing final manuscript typeset changes right before or after we've meant to have gone to print, but that's just how it is. So this is essentially what we're going to be working on today. This is what the author has sent back, because essentially what we do is we do the typeset and then we send it to the author for their final changes. Essentially, with this one, I really needed the author's help as well, because it's really coming down to her preference in regards to when we have a long poem that goes over not only a spread, like a 2-page spread, but then over to the next page, what lines go where. Because sometimes it doesn't matter, sometimes it does, sometimes it can change the entire vibe of the poem. So I left that up to her instead of me trying to make that artistic choice. Although as the editor of this collection as well, I could have, but I prefer to be more collaborative with my poets and my authors. And also because she uses a lot of Indigenous Paraguayan language and in the manuscript. So she's the best one to kind of pick up any final mistakes or errors or things she wants to change with that. So anyway, this is the typeset. And because I'm coming to you like on this streaming software, I genuinely like have no idea what I look like, and I don't want to like open up on my screen what I look like, because then you're going to see it, which would be hilarious. But I am curious. Like, am I even live right now? Is any of this working? It's telling me that it's like working. How do you even view live stuff on YouTube anyway? That's what I'm really curious about. Would it even tell me live? I just have to trust that it's working. Definitely let me know if this is working and if everything's happening. Okay. So this is the typeset. This is what a typeset looks like. This is the interior, the print interior of the paperback. And it comes, so essentially it starts off on the right-hand side because of course you've got the book cover on the left. So you open it up and the book cover's on the left, and then the print interior actually starts on the right. And then we go into 2-page spreads. So then this is on the left, so it's blank, and then this is on the right. This is on the left, and this is on the right, so on and so forth. So essentially what I've got to do today is go through and look at all the comments that I have here. And she's done it based on page number. And then I've just got to change it. So we are starting here. This is the one. Okay. 16, paragraph 3. So we're going to go all the way down to paragraph 3. So she wants this changed. So this isn't one of my errors. This is kind of like an author wanting to make a final change, which is totally all right. Because also, like, you can be typing everything, writing things in a notebook, and going through the editorial process, like on a Word document, and everything looks one way. But then when you put it into the typeset, and then also when you print it, it starts to look a totally different way, and that's okay. It's okay to make those changes. So tried to lure her away. Okay. So there we go. That's the first change made. I'm just going to save the document. Always, 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 always. I always hit save as soon as I do anything that I'm happy with. I've learned the very, very hard way with that, because you kind of go through and you get really excited and start working on the whole typeset and make some massive drastic changes, and then for some reason it crashes or you click out of it or something happens and you can't get that back. Okay, so we're up to the second one. We're going to page 22. Shift the last line to the next page. All right, so we're going down to 22. Okay, so you can see here, this is the first line of the next stanza, and we're wanting it to go over to the next page. There we go. So that's another one. Alrighty. So 28 should add an S to credo. There we go. So thankfully we're at the a different end of this typesetting process where it is these small changes and it's much easier because already we've gone through a whole other round of changes to this manuscript 2 days ago. So this is like final tweaks. And then of course we go to printed proof very quickly, and that's when we pick up like any major problems, but they shouldn't be because it's, we've been over it many times now. Okay, we're up to this, page 30. Shift last line to next page. I think a lot of these are going to be like that. Ah, yes, another one. Because essentially when I'm going through and doing major typesetting things, like each of these things is a different element. And then we're also introducing poetry, which is concrete poetry, I do believe people refer to it as, where it's not just like a normal line. It's got these tabbed things, everything's different spacing. So we just have to be really mindful of that. So I was really clued into that. And then this is the final catch of things. Okay, another one. Shift last line to next page on page 33. So here we are. What does she want? Can you blame me? Shift last line to next page. Technically the last line is me, but I'm going to do it like that. Though in doing that, I think something just happened. Hang on. I'm going to zoom out a little bit. So if I go undo, whoa, where'd it go? I don't even know where it went to. There it is. Okay. So you can see when I went like enter, 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 it got rid of this. And this is, I'm still like not great at typesetting. So this is something that happens to me a lot. So then I have to find a way around it. Okay, so we're going to zoom back in here. So we got, okay, so it's when it goes down. Okay, I think, let's see, does this upset it? Okay, so there was essentially another line after this one. And then when you press enter, it goes onto this page and upsets this formatting here and pushes it onto the next page. We don't want that. So, and perhaps even if I just, let's see, either I can write it in or I can just go, and does that work? Yes, that does work. There we go. And I'm going to save that. Alrighty. So then we're going to indent the word bear, one tab to the right. Okay. 38. All right. There we go. And that one was pretty straightforward. And we've got a few of these coming up. So we're up to page 47. Shift last line to next page. Ah, yes, this one's pretty straightforward. But I want to make sure I don't mess anything up down here when I do this. Okay. And then I can also see how that, there's now an extra space here. So I'm just going to delete that. Okay. And all right, so we're going to skip a lot of pages now. That's good. Oopsies. Page 80. Shift last line to next page. Great. That one was an easy one again. All right, so we're going to change this word. Pieces. See, I don't want to even try and say something in another language in case I mess it up really bad and it, you know, offend people. All right, we're going to 86. Is this, I guess this is the word that she wants changed. And I just copied and pasted it in. There we go. Okay. What does it even mean? The little fish. Oh. Oh. See? Very good. Okay, back to it. So we are going to italicize this word on 104. So I'm just going to highlight this so I know I've done it. 104. The thing about when you work in InDesign, I can't speak for the other programs, but you can't like do a control or a command I to italicize. It definitely has to come from here. I'm sure you can do like, I think at some point when I was doing a really long academic book that had superscript numbers in text for referencing, because that formatting doesn't come across when you put it into InDesign, so you have to manually change all of it. I did a keyboard shortcut for that. That was super easy. Otherwise, you constantly have to click, 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 find the superscript number. And when you've got thousands of them, the last thing you want to be doing is like extra clicking, because then you're like doing it, I don't know, 10,000, 20,000 times in a book, and that's not fun. Okay. So we've got more of a one that I got to think about, use my brain for. Okay, 114. Let's go there and then I will try and think. Right. So I think what she wants is it to look like that. I think. So it says delete the line air but and move the but to the next line /stanza. Okay. I think that's what I've done. Of course, I'm going to send this back to the poet after and be like, hey, can you make sure I did what you wanted me to do? It's better to be safe than sorry. Okay, 139 spacing is off. All right, let's go have a look. Okay. So in doing that, in changing the spacing, I brought up the line from the next stanza. So I'm just going to put that back down. And I don't think, does that look? Why? Okay. I'm just making sure these, so this is also off as well. There we go. And I'm going to delete. Okay. Okay, fix that one. 149. Shift last line to next page. Okay. Great, that one's easy. Okay, but I'm gonna go, okay, great. So it's not gonna mess up the next chapter, that's good. 159. That's an extra space, second stanza. Alrighty. 159. Okay. This isn't acting. See, when I put the enter here, it looks like that. But then when I do the enter here, it goes way bigger. So something is, there we go. Something was a little off there. But I'll just see if she actually wants it to look like that or not. Okay. So we've got a few of these coming up. 167. Okie dokie. 206. So if you're interested in this book, definitely head to the website. It should be linked on the screen, revolutionaries.com.au. Free worldwide shipping wherever you may be. This is a great poetry collection. It's by Clara Elena Garcia. She is Paraguayan. She now lives in the US. She works with migrant children, which is super important. And this is Indigenous Paraguayan poetry inspired by their mythos, which is super, super cool. Okay, 206 we're going to. Distracted myself by talking. 206, last line. All right. There we go. Okay. Last line and italicize Nande. Am I saying? I don't know. Definitely need to learn more about languages because I read a lot of different, like I visually see a lot of different languages, but I have no idea how they're actually like verbalized and pronounced. 222. Ah, okay. So once again, italicize. There we go. All right. On the homeward stretch now, not much more to go. Okay, deleting a comma and indenting. Okay. So 227. Yeah, oh, this is the only comma. Okay. Cool. Right. Okay. 227. Delete the. All right. Hyphen after Jewel. Okay. Great. Okay. Now that italicizing 237. 237. We're nearly there, everyone. Thank you for joining me on this. Ah, yes. Very cool. This will also be coming out as ebook, so you can wait for that to come out. That'll come out on. For some reason, we can't really do like a pre-order. It gets complicated on our website. We're trying to like avoid using the whole like Amazon situation because firstly, like it's super unethical, and also we were on there for a long time, but then we stopped because when you have like a KDP Amazon account, it's okay if you are like a self-published author, just one person. But when you're a publishing company like me with Revolutionaries and Moonrise and Bulletproof, like our imprints, the problem is that you are uploading many different authors' work there. And then trying to manage the royalty payments from that became really difficult. because there's no real way of, they'll show you each book that's sold and how much it's sold for, but that's in a different currency. And then they'll transfer everything in one lump sum payment that can change based on what currency they're transferring and the conversion rate at the time. And it all became very time consuming and tricky. And I was a bit paranoid that I could maybe like mess up and not get the royalty accounting right. So we stopped doing that and we just purely go through Ingram Spark now because they give us like a proper breakdown of exactly what we receive. Yeah. And it's just a little bit more ethical. It's still like, it's not great. I mean, Ingram Spark is great for us as a small publisher because we don't have to invest money in getting print runs done. We can take more risks on lesser known authors because we're not having to invest as much money. But because the price of everything is going up, it's getting a lot harder. It's getting much harder to afford to like print and ship all around the world. Some countries are all right, but in Australia, for example, like say the printing of a book, it's way more expensive when you just print one book, like one copy of the book. It could be say $10 to print a book, which I think is about the price. We just came out with a book called Fucking Magic by Clementine Morrigan, and it is thick. It's really big and it's beautiful and it's amazing. So $10, but then to post, well, it's maybe more than, it's maybe closer to 15. Yeah, it must be about $15 because then to post in Australia, just within Australia, is about $15 to $17. And the book retails $40. So we're not making much money because on our website we include the shipping as well. Otherwise it's like $40 plus $15 of shipping, which we don't want to do to people. But in America, it's a bit better because shipping is cheaper. It's like $8 maybe at most. So our profit margin is bigger, but the postal system is much bigger and things go missing a lot more. So, you know, it's just hard. It's hard being a small business at the moment. It always like has been, but especially since the pandemic, it has gotten a lot harder. Okay, so we've got a different request this time. We're on page 241. So I'm gonna find it first before we try and do anything. Okay. What is she saying? Use the symbol. Okay. So it wouldn't let me. Okay. Right. So this font pack doesn't actually have the right E. What we're looking for is an E. Oh no, it won't let me change it. Normally, okay, let me find. It would be like an E, like that. I don't know if you guys can see that, like that. But this font package does not have it. So she's suggesting instead we go like this, and we're going to change it to the font that we're using for everything else, and then introducing a very small, okay. Oh no, come back, little text box. Okay, well that works. Very good solve. No, come back. I wonder how close it has to be. No. No. Nope. No, why won't it? Okay. Ooh. Still seems a bit too far away. So this is the stuff that I don't get about InDesign. Change change this and see if this changes anything at all. No. Like I just want to be able to drag stuff where I want it. I don't get why it disappears. Okay, maybe what I can do, if I make like a little box. Or even if I do, does it get any closer? It just doesn't want to get, okay. I guess is it trying to like move around? Okay, I'm just gonna make it bigger. And it's still gone. Okay. This is really annoying me. I'm just trying to think how I can, what I might do. Okay. Super dodge, but I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna take a screenshot of it and then delete that. And then I'm gonna draw a little box here. And probably people who are way more experienced with InDesign will be able to fix this a bit better than me, but this is just what I do to make it work. But does it need to be bigger? That's my next question. Okay. No, what I'll do, no, okay. Okay, oh my gosh. Let me know if you are watching, because I currently don't have a way of knowing. Okay, what I'm gonna do is actually do it a lot bigger. Okay. Hello? Hello? Why didn't that just work? Now it's being a silly box. Okay, come back. Text box. Okay. Now we want to make this quite big, just so the resolution is good when I screenshot it. Okay. So now I want to screenshot. And then I can delete. And then I'm going to go over here. And then, okay. We want it to be about there. Go back, go down here, put it in. And we're going to auto fit and make it appear. Okay. So if I do it on here, if I do like an E, capital E, and we want it to be that one. So it kind of, it doesn't go all the way to the end, but it nearly does. So we want it to be a little bit bigger. And I'm just gonna undo that. Okay, make it a little bit, whoopsies. Go back to auto fit, make it a little bit bigger. And then going like that. Okay, so that's that problem solved. And I'll need to remember to go up to the table of contents to also figure that out. So we're going to do that now, otherwise I will forget. So let's go up to the table of contents and let's find it. There it is. Okay, but this is in times, so it should be much easier. Oh no, it won't. Okay, I'm going to have to copy and paste it in from here. I'm going to take that. I'm going to. Okay. Is there a space? No, there's no space. Okay. Okay. So now we are going back to 249. Down, 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 249. So many poems. I mean, if you blink fast enough, maybe you'll be able to like copy them into the backs of your eyelids so you don't have to pay for the book. But I hope you go out and get a copy. 249. Nearly there. Okay, what am I doing here? Okay. Well, that's odd because that's correct there. Huh? What? Are you telling me that's what I just spent all that time trying to make? And it does work. Okay, what page were we on before for that? 241. Okay. So if I just go delete, and then I don't get that, man. Are you okay? I'm not even gonna have a problem with this because I'm too busy. But like, why? Okay. Oh wait, we want a K. Okay. Two, 4, 9. All right. And 2, 7, 8. Okay. 2, 7, 8. Okay. So we're up to the glossary now. So we're up to bolding Nande, if that's how you say it. 283. Ah, yes. Whoopsies. Yes, just bold. Okay. Oh, yes, some are just not bolded. Don't know how that happened. Okay. So we're also going to add some definitions. Is it? How do we get those little things? Okay. Okay. Now, I did not work with the author on this. One of my other editors worked on this back end. So I have no idea what order they really should be in. So I'm going to send this back to the author and get her to confirm. See, I'm not quite sure on the order. So I'm just going to put one here and then she can give me, whoopsies, just tried to command bold it, but that didn't work. Okay, put that one. Then we got this one. Morning Star. Okay. Just go down here as well. I don't know if you can all hear it, but it is raining so much here right now, which is why I'm inside working on this in front of the heater because it's cold and rainy. Here in Australia, it's winter time. Very nice. Better than sweating all the time. I'm also not sure if this E has to have that thing on it. So I'll ask her that as well. So she's just asking something about the compendium, and then we're done. Like, we're so close to being done. Oh yes, this is the author right here. Hi, Clara. Where did the compendium go? Yeah, I think that's fine. She was asking like whether or not we should have just each character on one page, but I don't really want to mess up the final page count. So that's it, everyone. That's making the final changes, although we will go back and forth. I think we just got to clarify some things here. But that's it. That's what it looks like. So thanks for joining me, and I hope this stream worked. I have no idea if it did or not. But yeah, that's it. Whoa, look at this cool Inception. I'm going to go. But definitely check out the book. Order it if you want. Check me out. Follow me on Instagram. And yeah, that's it for now. Thanks, everyone. Bye.